Hello and welcome. My name's Melissa Porter.
And my name's Nick Freeman.
Welcome to The Life Coach.
I'm the lawyer.
Join us as together we tackle your toughest problems using our unique combination of wisdom and experience. Okay, Nick, so the first email we've received is from Sam. And I can't see this without my glasses on. Okay.
Is Sam a man or a woman?
Okay, so Sam's 43. Not sure. Starting to get some lines on my face, signs of aging, debating whether to go down the Botox route.
Definitely a man.
Having not had anything done before, quite natural and outdoorsy, but work in corporate sales environment and expected to look good. What are your views and being a little bit older? What is she telling us we're a little bit older?
Wait a moment. You're assuming it's a she.
What are your views and being a little older? What have your friends, TV people, etc. experienced? Is a bit okay, and when to stop? Also, if I go ahead, I'm on that wagon then, an expense, and will I want more and more, etc. Be interested to hear your views as can see both sides.
So do you think it makes a difference if you're a man or a woman? Because I know that I've been told so many times you need Botox. And shall I tell you what my reaction to that is?
Who's told you? First of all, who's told you need Botox?
I have massages for my back and all the rest
so
of it.
Your masseuse has told you that you need Botox?
Yeah, repeatedly.
So she's looking at your back and commenting on your face?
Well, she's not just looking at my back, to be fair. But, at some point she sees my face and she says, you need Botox. And I say, I'm 67. For me, it's just a no-no for so many different reasons. The aging process is a natural process, isn't it? And isn't it cheating? You're filling your face with rubbish. We don't know what the long-term effects are going to be. And everyone looks the same. Everyone looks sort of smooth, and you can tell, and it's obvious, and it's just not natural. I love natural beauty. So, I know you. I look at my mum. She's 92. She's still stunning. She's never had anything.
There's something wrong with what you've just said. I love natural beauty. I look at my mum.
Well, I think she's incredible.
92.
I think she's incredible. I can look at one or two of her contemporaries have had facelifts, and they look. I'm not being rude. They look like freaks. It just isn't natural because you can't hide the aging process. And if you're in a loving relationship and you take care of yourself, isn't it nice and beautiful? Isn't it what's intended for us, that we age in a natural way together?
I love the fact that when you're making a compliment about beauty, you talk about your mum.
No, I'm thinking about you look very like my mum, you know that.
Look, for me, there's just, I agree with you, and there's just a lot of conversation in kind of one little section there. For me, number one, these unsolicited opinions that we have in society, I almost call them drive-by opinions. If you are a weaker person than someone like you or someone like me, there's a possibility to be influenced.
Yeah. Well, we're surrounded by opinions, aren't we?
We are.
Pick up a newspaper, listen to the BBC News.
But then overlay that with kind of the depth of your personality or your conviction about something. If you're easily influenced, there is a big societal push towards kind of these tweaks and stuff that's going on in society now, and pressure.
Are you not comfy with who you are? Are you not comfy with where you're going? And if you are, it's not going to affect you, is it? If you're blessed with good genes and you can afford reasonable creams and you eat decent food and you don't smoke drugs, take drugs, don't smoke cigarettes, don't booze in excess, you're going to give yourself your best chance, aren't you?
See, I would disagree with that. Because I think I've seen, look, I work in TV, you work in law, and also now you're a talking head, you're a public figure. You work on the Jeremy Vine show. So I've seen in this industry a major push for people to have tweaks in order to fit in to what is the status quo.
Well, it's not for me. It's just not for me. I don't care. If someone says to me, Nick, if you don't do this, you're not going to be on our show anymore. Very simple answer. Bye. I'm just not interested. And how vacuous is that? Is that really where we're at? I just think, and when you look around now and you see people all the time, you notice obviously the way they present themselves. There's a huge obesity problem, but also, does it not sort of smack you in the face when someone's had too much work? They've had their lips done, they've had their Botox done, they've had this done, they've had that, and they all look the same.
I think
they don't look real.
Okay, for me, that's a really rude comment though, because it is not anybody's business what anybody else has done to themselves. And also, if we're talking with integrity, it's common knowledge that you've had 2 eye lifts.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
So that is a form of a tweak. So why are you allowed, what if I had done? I have my hair, okay, good example. Forget you, right? Because that was rude, me throwing you under the bus,
okay,
right?
That's okay.
I have my grey hair. I'm 100% grey on my head. And I have my grey hair coloured every 2 weeks.
Right.
So why is that any different to having Botox in a face?
Because it's an external thing, and it's very acceptable. I mean, you can go grey, you can colour your hair. That's to me, that's much more natural. When you're injecting some sort of toxicity into your skin, and we don't really know what the long-term effects are.
I dated a guy on Harley Street, a dentist, who said to me, probably 20 years ago now, he said, never ever have Botox. When I said, because it's a form of rat poison, we don't know what it is. Do I believe that? I'm not sure. I haven't had it done myself.
Your hair looks completely natural. If you have Botox, it won't look natural. You're 51, yeah? I know you don't look anything like it. But why at 51 do you want to look 31? You don't. It's stupid. You don't talk like a 31-year-old. You don't behave like a 31-year-old. So why can't we look more or less like, just look good for your age?
And also there is a school of thought that at 51, for me, I am experiencing some almost like arguments with myself in the mirror. There's a change that I'm going through, and almost a moment where I'm having to be kind to myself, because I'm seeing the lumps, the bumps, the different colour, the pigmentation changes on my body. And I think there's something about actually starting to be kind and accepting of yourself, which a lot of us aren't as we go through the change.
That's why I say, are you happy with who you are? And are you happy with where you're going? And if the answer to those 2 is yes, you love yourself for who you are, and you just go on that journey, don't you? And you don't introduce, all this. You don't want negative people around you, and yet you're quite happy to inject rat poison into you under the pretext that is going to make you somehow look better and feel better.
Yes, and I'm very lucky to have a man that actually accepts me for who I am.
Well, I wouldn't be very so accepting if you said, I want to do my lips, I want to have Botox. I would kick up, not because of the expense, I just don't like the look. I hate the look. And it's not just the physical appearance, is it? It says something about who you are.
But then perhaps that makes you judgmental then.
Well, I am judgmental.
Because
I am.
If I'm choosing, I have not had any surgical enhancements to date, apart from I do colour my hair.
That's not a surgical enhancement.
I do put shellac on my nails.
They're not surgical enhancements.
No, I get it. But
we're talking about surgery.
I do try to make myself look more
of course we do.
Presentable.
We all do. We all do.
And for me, But
that's not, we're talking about surgical enhancements. That's very different from, personal hygiene and personal presentation, isn't it?
There are societal expectations, particularly, I would say, in television.
Yeah, of course there are. If I'm doing telly, they put makeup on me. And the interesting thing is, if you're a lady, are you allowed to say lady now? I don't know. But if you're of the female sex, they go in there, they turn up, and I might know them. I'm going to get into trouble now. I barely recognise them. And then an hour later, they come out, and I'm saying, "Excuse me, you're giving me 2 minutes for my makeup."
Yeah.
And it's quite funny.
But one would say you are aesthetically pleasing, Mr. Freeman.
And you're not. Yeah. So for me, the one thing we haven't agreed upon is: does it make any difference if you're a man or a woman? And does it make any difference in relation to what you do for a job? So there's 2 points there. And, I think most men, certainly of my sort of age, would just say, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I know loads of my friends have had their eyes done, loads and loads. But I don't know any of my pals who have ever had Botox or would even consider it.
So your issue is that it's fine to have surgical enhancements because you feel that there's no chemicals that are entering the body, but you're not comfortable with maintaining or changing the physical aspects of our face through the injectables.
Constant injection that needs constant maintenance, constant.
And it costs a fortune, by the way.
Well, put the money aside, because surgery costs. I mean, I wouldn't say an eye job is an enhancement. It's an improvement. It's removing unwanted skin. But let's not play with semantics. I'm very happy I had it. I've had it twice. I don't think I'd do it again now.
But what do you think some of our I can't say the word, retinols and hyaluronic acid?
Well, they're creams. They're creams.
Okay,
they're good quality creams.
But there's a chemical substance contained within these.
Yeah.
That kind of, improves our elasticity in our skin.
Yeah. Well,
so that is a form of chemical.
It's trying to produce in an artificial or an additional way what our skin produces naturally. Our bodies are not trained to produce rat poison, are they? That's something you think would want to be repelled. So
for you, your view is, if you look, however you're born, stay looking the same.
Look, if you're born with, if you're a lady and you've got a flat chest and you want an enhancement and augmentation.
Oh, you're happy with that?
Look, if that's going to help you and make you feel more confident, then yes, I am happy with that. I mean, I'm not in that position, but I understand why women have it. I don't understand the concept of injecting rat poison into your face. I just don't get it. I've never seen a woman who I think, oh wow, you look so much more attractive now you've had that procedure done.
But she might feel as a result more confident.
Now, I think the very fact she's had it done is an illustration of how lacking in confidence she is. Because if you're confident with who you are, as you are, I know you'll never have it. You will make the decision, I just don't want it, because if you don't like me with a few lines, you're going to say to me, then I'm not the person for you. And that's fair enough. And you look great.
My issue would be...
Has your mum had it?
No, I don't want to put chemicals in my body. And secondly, I don't want to allocate that much of my money to that.
So often.
I would rather spend it on travelling and food.
And we don't know what the long-term effects are.
100%. Good chat. If you'd like to be part of our show and remain anonymous, please do email us any name and your problem to admin@melissaportercoach.com.